In my videos, I like to get the nicest audio with hardware, rather than going in and editing with software. For the past year or so, I've been using the Behringer Q502 mixer, but it's only really good at mixing audio inputs at different volume levels, not changing how your voice sounds. This is where the B4 compact mixer comes in. I was browsing Amazon one day, stumbled across this little guy, and reached out to Next to Max, who graciously provided me with one to review. But how does it sound? Before we get there, let's start with how it looks. From the outside in, we have the box it comes in, covered in these quirky little doodles. It looks nice, but a little bit juvenile. I think a sleek black box would be a better choice, but at the end of the day, you only really need the box to hold the product inside, not look super good. Inside we find some cushion material, and the mixer and power supply in separate bags, as well as the manual, which, despite being only one page folded, goes over the entirety of the mixer in a ton of depth. The B4 mixer itself is super robust, made out of sturdy metal on all sides, no plastic casing to be found. On the back, you'll find the power input and the power switch, as well as a very prominent caution warning. On the sides, we have the words "professional mixer" in a nice clear white. Normally this looks very cheesy, but the stark contrast between the black and the white looks pretty good. On the top face of the B4, we have the audio inputs and outputs, as well as the knobs and sliders that control them. The knobs are just right, not too loose and not too resistant, and made out of a high quality plastic, and the sliders and buttons follow the same trend. From the left we have two channels, both with XLR input, a 1/4 inch input, gain knob, high and low frequency adjustment, and volume. Next is the component in, with the level knob. Last but not least, for the audio inputs and outputs, we have a left and right 1/4 inch output and a stereo headphone jack. Now on to what makes this mixer really appealing. Next to the level knobs for the first two tracks, there are a series of knobs under an effects section. With these you can add echo and delay, making yourself sound like your voice is booming, and your recording space is massive. Beside that effects section, there is a USB level knob, used for, well, leveling the USB track. You can plug in a USB drive into the top right of your mixer and play MP3 songs directly through your mixer. This would be nice for playing music for a stream, as all you have to do is load up all your songs to a USB and let it play, rather than having to bother and fuss with some web-based music player. In use, I found everything very intuitive, very simple to use. If you've ever used a mixer before, you'll have no trouble using this one, even with its extra features. If you haven't used mixers in the past, it's just a matter of fiddling with it for about 5 minutes, and you'll figure out everything pretty quickly. The only thing that wasn't apparent right off the bat was how to disable the echo and delay effects, but that was easily solved with a quick glance at the instructions packet. The only thing sweeter than the product itself is the price. At $50, the amount of features you get and the sheer quality rivals that of mixers 3 or 4 times as expensive. The Maximars B4 mixer combines high quality features, easy to use controls, and a killer price, all in one small desktop unit. Make sure to check it out in the video description down below.